District Attorney Hallie Dixon is opening up tonight about the shooting on Gravine Island.
Last week we brought you the exclusive insight with the 911 calls made by 3 campers the night that Summer Moody was shot. Tonight, Dixon sat down with Fox 10 News reporter Andrew Perez to talk about those calls.
And Andrew is here with part 2 of this story. Andrew?
And Bob Lanise, Hallie Dixon says the Gravine Island shooting was certainly a tough case to follow both emotionally and professionally. She says some of her decisions the office made throughout the case, they weren't always very popular, but Dixon says she is satisfied with the outcome.
The shooting death of 17-year-old Summer Moody is one that DA Hallie Dixon says will stick with her for years to come. The case has taken its course over the last year. She says in the end, not one decision was easy to make.
This was a factual scenario that every investigator will tell you was just bizarrely tragic, and there's no other way to say it. But it was heartbreaking.
Stay with me. Please, Lord. Hey, baby girl. Give me. Please talk to me.
I sat down with Dixon to listen to the 911 calls. In them, you hear Larry Duncan, Nick Hearn, and Lonnie Davison calling for help as they rush an injured Summer Moody to dry land. It's an incident that began after the men say they heard burglars at a nearby camp.
All I know is, mister, I was asleep, and Lonnie asked me, he said somebody's busting in the Russell's camp, and they woke me up out of a dead sleep, said come on, so I got in the boat with him and Nick. We hauled butt around the bend and come in the backside. That time we got there, we seen a light. I told Lonnie, I said, I seen a light, somebody's running through the woods.
The men found 3 of Summer's friends on the island and confronted them. Hearn and Duncan fired warning shots, one of which accidentally hit Summer Moody in the head. The teen had been hiding behind a bush.
The man who fired that shot was trying to not hurt someone.
Dixon says the men were never charged because she claims there was no way for them to know that anyone was hiding. Instead, she pursued felony murder charges against the teens, a controversial move at the time.
It is really important for young people to realize that these type of burglaries and these type of things can lead to somebody's death, and that if it does, the law says they can be charged and should be charged.
While emotions were high in the midst of such tragedy, the DA says she stands by her decisions.
Now, those teens were ultimately granted youthful offender status. The Moody family, meanwhile, maintains the armed men still share responsibility in this tragedy. 2 of them are convicted felons, so it is up to the U.S. Attorney's Office to file any federal charges. We've got more of these 911 calls on our website, fox10tv.com.